Good. Thanks, Quentin. I'm not sure if this video thing is such a good idea. I'm getting a little nervous, but it's okay. I just won't look that way. Okay, thanks, Quentin. As you mentioned, I'm the distributed learning coach for the Good Spirit School Division. I've been with the division for 4 years. Prior to that, I was in the Northeast. In 2003, I was with the Tisdale School Division, and I had the fortunate experience of being able to develop a distance learning program there. And then, of course, in 2006, we amalgamated, and I also had the opportunity to work with boards, the board and principals and teachers to develop a responsive solution to meeting the needs of our learners with flexible learning, and that's where I first met Leanne. So it was all good, and I think you left before I did, so there you go. Okay, so I do, we'll talk later. So moving on to the Good Spirit School Division, I arrived there in 2013, and I had been informed that the Good Spirit Division Board had tasked one of the superintendents to conduct a student engagement survey in the division. And the survey had just been completed when I arrived. And certainly there was a lot of things that came out of it, but one of them was students in smaller schools were really asking for elective choices. Schools in their programming had difficulty varying those selections. So that was certainly one of the points that came in. The next thing that my superintendent told me is, you're presenting this to the board. So I came up with a proposal in terms, and again, with my experience, we had several options of how to actually come up with a distributing learning program. And we had our first meeting, and it was really interesting because immediately I really recognized the crucial role that a local board plays when you're developing new initiatives. And right from the start, we started hammering out direction and vision. I was immediately told, in addition to elective choice, that we need to worry about the well-being of students and flexible learning options with students who couldn't attend school and things like that. So everything was kind of jiving. The board had also, for a couple of years, talked about the need for a personal finance type of solution for our students. And we talked a little bit about that, and the question was, well, how long would this take? And we had to develop a locally developed course, but long story short, the meeting is in November, and by the following September, we were offering a personal finance class to our students around the whole division, and it continues to be one of our most popular courses. And again, it was some direction from the board. That didn't even come out in the survey of the students, but it was something that became very popular. The board also encouraged the exploration of partnerships with other school divisions to share our resources, and certainly starting from scratch, that was crucial because we were able to get the courses from other divisions. And I guess from an efficiency standpoint, this was crucial as well because we didn't have to spend as much money on development costs. We saved thousands and thousands of dollars because we were able to grab courses from 3 or 4 school divisions and modify them and then be able to deliver them very quickly. Our relationship, as Lois mentioned, relationships is very important. I've been invited to retreats with them and additional meetings, and we continually discuss things and really helps hone the program. 2 quick examples, too, of receiving input from them. I believe Lois was involved in this again. My boss and I were approached, Donna Krieger, you've heard her name, were approached about we were asked, why aren't we offering an accounting class? Well, we had sent out surveys to our students, and that just didn't register. Maybe there was 2 instances, but I know specifically in the communities of Langenburg and Churchbridge, and I think possibly Esterhazy, there were a lot of parents who said, well, we want accounting to happen. And again, within a few months, this year we started an accounting class, and we've got 50 plus kids, and it's turned out to be a success. I don't think we would have really gauged that unless we had that input. The other example of this is, I was, I'm not going to name the community, but I was filling up with gas at the co-op, and one of the board members, I recognized him. He said, hey, Thad, how are you? And oh, yeah, I'm good. What did I do wrong now? So he came up to me and said, he was talking to a few parents in the community, and there were some anxious parents and anxious students about this whole distributed distance learning initiative. And he said that it would be a good idea to address this, and he actually suggested, he says, well, would you be willing to come out to our school and talk to the students and the teachers about it. So, and within 2 weeks, I think it was during parent-teacher interviews, went in there, had a real healthy group of people come, like I'd say 20 people came and listened, and it was a good experience for them to hear the misconceptions that it's not a robot on the other end who's marking your kids' papers, but that's another story. We clarified that, and now we're actually turning kids away for semester 2. There's so many students in Kenora who are wanting to take online courses. Again, that responsiveness as a result of the board member being in the community and hearing what parents are saying. So kind of fast forwarding to our state of affairs today. So in just 2 years, we now have over 30 courses. We have 12 online teachers in 8 schools, which is a 3.0 full-time equivalent. And Amanda's one of our online teachers, by the way. You better come back.
Not currently.
270 students are taking classes, and I projected 340 credits, so by the end, within this year. So it's really grown. Some of the things that we're really noticing, and one of them being the idea of FTE efficiencies in our smaller schools in particular. We're providing options for these schools, not just electives, but core classes. And they're really finding it easier to provide their core programming. And I really feel that this coordination has to happen at a local level. It's not just simply, saying, well, this is what we're offering. We need to get feedback from them. What are you wanting to take from us? And as one of our principals said, I don't have to burn a teacher to teach 5 calculus kids. I will just enroll them online and then, focus on other high school classes, or if it's a K-12 school, then maybe you're not dealing with bigger phys ed classes just to accommodate, meeting all those needs. So we've had success there. Beyond the elective choice piece, though, is really the focus on graduation rates and credit recovery. And that's really become our focus now. And we spent a lot of time with that. And I guess one of the things we've learned in the province is if you're worrying about grad rates and credit recovery, you just don't throw a kid into an online class. You don't sign up and just think that miracles are going to happen, because they're not going to, especially with these students. They need some additional supports. What we've really found is a team approach has come up, and we have a flexible program for each individual. We really think about what's the best solution for this particular student. It could be an online course. It could be us providing additional resources for that teacher so they can blend their classroom, and the relationship between the teacher and the student are still there. This is easy because we know each other. And I know Donna Krieger talks a lot about it a lot. We own these kids. Everybody owns them. As the online coordinator, I know all these students, and I feel really important. So I'm just looking at my time here, Quentin. I better keep going. We feel we're very responsive, and we can adjust on the fly. And we've got a lot of success stories. We've got so many situations where students are now crossing the stage in June because we are able to give them 2 or 3 credits. But I do want to share one story with you. And this actually happened last year. It's a 19-year-old First Nation student who has, she has 3 kids. Her last kid was born in September of 2015. And she's a real trooper because she actually was only 3 credits away from graduating. So we needed to get her graduated, and how can you do this? Well, you can throw her into an online course. We didn't think that would work. So what the school did is, of course, she couldn't attend school, but she had great relationships with her math teacher, and then she had 2 PAA credits to do as well. These teachers blended their classrooms. They had everything online. They had videos in math. They had the opportunity for her to be at home and actually work through things. She'd come in every week to check in to make sure that everything was going on and working well. At the end of the day, and I actually had the chance to meet her the last day of school. She came in for the full day to finish her Photography 20 class. She had one of her kids with her, and she crossed the stage. And she is now, has her grade 12. And again, it's just an indication that We customized the approach. We didn't just say, okay, she doesn't fit into the regular classroom, so let's just put her into an online world. Let's create a situation where she would be successful, and that's one of many stories. So to conclude, all of us in the school division are very proud of these successes, but we're also very concerned about the future and the potential changes to the size of our division, and specifically the role of the elected boards as we develop this programming. And we feel that it could jeopardize the success that we've made in alternative delivery methods. So again, to summarize the strengths, we're engaging our students with additional electives. We're increasing our graduation rates by customizing solutions, and then certainly the FTE efficiency gains by making it easier for small schools to develop their program. Thank you.
I'd like to throw one